What's going on, guys? It's Wafers, and welcome back to the Newport County Road to Glory Career Mode. It's episode 15, and today we're going to be wrapping up the transfer window for Season 2 and getting into our first game against a championship level side. But before we get into that, we're going to take a look at the squad report real quick. Ryan Haynes becomes our first player to hit the 70 overall milestone. I wanted to show you guys this. He's our first one to hit 70 overall, but I expect a couple more this season to potentially hit that mark. We also get an offer for Tristan Abrahams, but we are going to reject it. I'm not interested in selling him at all. We have the first team all rested, fully stamina, because we are going to Carrow Road to take on Norwich in the second round of the Carabao Cup, our first game against a championship level side. I was nervous going into this one, but we would get it started 15 minutes before the half. Haynes down this left side crosses it in, and it's Sheehan coming out of the midfield with the header, gives us a 1-0 lead over Norwich in the first half. Really excited to be able to get that lead, but we wouldn't be able to hold it for long. Off of this corner, only a couple minutes later, Norwich whips it in, and they're able to head into the bottom corner to knot the game at 1. We would come back, though, only a couple of minutes later, right before the end of the first half. Moss, again down this left side. He's going to cross it in, and Telford with a little tap in at the near post gives us a 2-1 lead going into the half against Norwich City. And I realized pretty early on that I would be able to really go down this left side, that it was going to be a weak spot for them, and I could really take advantage of their left back. Into the second half now, we are coming forward again, and again, the left back's out of position. Moss is in now, and he gives us a 3-1 lead, a shock 2-goal lead against Norwich City, the championship side. We come to Carrow Road, and we have a 2-goal advantage in the second half, and we weren't done. Only a couple minutes later, 60 minutes into the game, again down this left-hand side. This time it's Marsh. He's going to hold up the play, make sure that he can, find someone else to pass it to, drives into the middle, and finds a beautiful ball to Sheehan, who's going to get his second goal of the game, puts us up 4-1 against Norwich. Really just incredible performance here from our first team in the second round of the Carabao Cup. That's how it would end. We go to Carrow Road and beat Norwich to advance to the third round. I was so excited about that. I really wasn't expecting to win that game, but once I got into it, I realized that they really just had a weakness at left back. Their left back was out of position a lot, just not good, and I could really expose that, and that's what I did. I just kept going down that left side, and we were able to, get a bunch of goals. Our defense held up, and, we end up getting the victory there. Right here, we can see Tim Risky is actually our first international call-up. He's getting called up to Finland. He'll be out of the team for a little bit in September because of that call-up. But I was excited to see that, one of our players is getting international call-up, as it is for Finland. We want to get some of those Welsh players called up for Wales. But, it's our first one, and there's definitely more to come. Into this game against Accrington, and it's Sheehan again. He's on an absolute tear right now. 2 goals in the game against Norwich. He gets a goal here against Accrington, and really just, 3 goals in 2 games. Really incredible performance from him out of the midfield. We would also come forward again really late, 5 minutes before the end of the game, and I whipped it in, and Castellón started celebrating. I was like, what is going on? I realized pretty quick, it's actually an own goal. You'll see here from the couple of replays, Wynn gets in position, 2 Accrington players go to challenge him, and it's actually a brilliant header from the Accrington defender. He puts it right in the corner past the keeper, and we pick up a 2-0 win. In the lead, the own goal secures the victory. After that, we had our highest transfer offer ever, a £3.25 million offer for Bennett, which we immediately reject. No way he is going anywhere with the has potential to be special. He is staying right here. We also reject a offer for Townsend. Now we're heading into another cup tie. This one's in the Papa John's Trophy. I was playing a backup side in this one. I really do not care about the Papa John's Trophy. We're just going to give some of our backup players a run in the team and see how they can do. And it's that man again, Baxter. He comes forward in the first round of the Carabao Cup. He got 2 goals. And in the Papa John's Trophy, he adds another one to his tally. Apparently, he is just on fire. He is just loves coming off the bench for these cup ties, and he adds another goal to his tally. We'd come forward again in the first half, looking to double our lead. Some nice play here. Brown is able to put it through to Moss, who got the start in this one, and he's going to whip it back post. And this is the best goal I've ever scored. This is the best goal I have scored. It's the best goal I'm going to score in this entire career mode. Castellón with the scorpion flick. I guess that's what I'm calling it. The back heel, the scorpion flick is the best way I can describe it. Look at this again. The cross is behind him. The left foot comes up. The back heel scorpion flick into the back of the net from our 66 rated soon to be right winger from Chile, the young man, the 19-year-old from Chile, with the best goal of the career mode so far, maybe ever. We're going to have to see if we can beat that one. Puts us up 2-0, an incredible goal from Castellón. So glad that I was able to sign him and get him into the team. Now Wimbledon would come back and they would get a goal to narrow the lead to 2-1, but we would come forward again 30 minutes before the end of the game and bang another one in. This time Donnelly puts it in and we restore our 2-goal advantage over AFC Wimbledon. But we were not done in this one. In stoppage time, we come forward again. This time it's Miguel Aziz. He's in on goal, and he's going to finish it. I believe that is his first goal for the club. I'm really excited that he is in the squad. I was surprised that Arsenal released him, but he looks to be a good backup and could become a good player for our squad. So 4-1 against AFC Wimbledon, we progress in the Papa John's Trophy. After that, we have some more transfer news. Pendry got loaned out, and Nathan Taylor, we are negotiating a loan move for him as well. 2 players with low potential who I don't really see getting a lot of playing time, and you'll see here that Taylor's loan agreement is agreed on. We will accept it. If I need a backup right back, I have Baker. I could also play one of my backup left backs, my reserve left backs in right back if I needed to. So he's going to go out on loan. That was it for transfer deadline day. Not much happening. As you can see, no one in the division really did anything. Fleetwood Town sold 1 player. But besides that, no one really came in. No one brought any new players in except us. We had 4 signings, all free agents, and then we put the rest of our money to use through scouting. We still have some left over. The biggest deals, you see Pereira was actually the biggest deal headed to Barcelona, and that would end transfer deadline day. So heading into the next batch of scouting reports from Connor Allen. Not much here from England. I'm going to keep scouting a couple of these guys, I believe. Yeah, just to see if they could end up being decent. But nothing from him. And then Brendan Byrne out in Wales. Another scouting report. He hasn't been that good. We do pick up, though, Lee Jenkins here. And Lee Jenkins has a very high potential range. His overall range is 45 to 61, although you'll see here his value actually isn't that high, which should mean that his overall isn't that high. But with an 80 to 94 potential range, that basically guarantees to me that he's going to be at least showing great potential. So I signed him up, and we're going to take a look at him right here. You can see that our youth academy is not so good. Llewellyn, his potential went down a lot. Morgan looks like the best player, 81 to 87 potential, should be around showing great potential range. Henry Owen looks pretty decent, 67 to 87. We're still waiting for that potential range to narrow. And then Lee Jenkins, 80 to 94 potential. And I was looking at his stats, and immediately I saw the shooting stats were yellow. And usually the shooting stats on youth academy players are really low, but his finishing is in the 60s. So immediately I said, you know what? I think this guy is a striker. When you sign a youth player and they already have over 60 finishing, I was thinking, man, he could be a very good striker. I think that as a center mid, his overall is super low because his defending stats are really bad. His passing stats aren't that good. But as a striker, I'm excited to see how high his overall jumps. I think we could see a jump in overall by 8 to 10. I'm expecting him to go up to a 58 to 60 overall player once he converts into a striker. And we'll see that in a couple of weeks when that is finished. They headed into this game against Bristol Rovers in the league, and nothing really happened in the first half here. It was sort of tough to break them down early on. We were able to get something going 10 minutes after the restart. We come forward with Marsh. He's going to drive into the box, just do a little spin, a little bit lucky there, a failed clearance. Marsh gives it into Bennett. Bennett is able to work it around to Hopkins, just working around the box. Hopkins into Telford. Telford, Bennett into Moss. The nice turn, and he finishes it, puts us up 1-0. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to start Moss or Broadhead more. I'm sort of going between both. If one starts, I usually sub the other one on, and I've been giving them pretty equal playing time. They've both been playing pretty well so far. But we would come forward again a little bit later in the 70th minute. Bennett puts through Labadai, who comes on off the bench, and he rockets one into the top left corner. Labadai, although he's on the reserves now, is a good player to be able to bring on if we have some, stamina issues and we need to rotate the bench. He's a great player to have to be able to bring on in those situations. So 2-0 against Bristol Rovers, and we are able to pick up another win in the league. Heading into the last game of this episode, we are headed to England to face off against Crewe Alexandra, and we would get started pretty early on. Within the first 10 minutes, we come forward. Sheehan finds Bennett. Bennett's going to find Broadhead, who tries to feed it into Abrahams, ends up bouncing back to Bennett, and he is able to feed Abrahams, who puts it into the net. Telford was a little tired. I decided to give him a rest in this one, and Abrahams shows up pretty early with that poacher style. The target man poacher style gets the first goal of the game, but Crewe Alexandra would reply right before halftime. They come forward, and Kirk rockets one into the back of the net. Can't be mad at that one. He just got free from our right back Shepherd and was able to put it into the back of the net. They would come forward again on their next attack in the 65th minute, just playing it around the box, and they would be able to find a little bit of space here. The attacker is able to get a little bit of separation from Wynn, and he puts it in the back of the net to put them up 2-1. And 10 minutes before the end of the game, we come forward again. Bennett again orchestrating the entire attack. He's involved again, hits Telford, who's going to run around the edge of the box looking for some space. He finds Bennett, who finds Moss, and Moss once again puts one in the back of the net, this time to level the game, tie it up at 2-2, 5 minutes before the end. He's able to get us the goal that gets us the draw, and this one would finish 2-2. So after 8 games in the league, we are actually sitting at the top. We are undefeated so far. That will not last. Definitely no miracle run this season where we're going to go on an absolute tear and try to be invincible. The league is too good. The games are too competitive. I'm expecting to lose, but we have a nice start, some good form to start out the season, which is always nice. So that's going to be the end of this episode of the Newport County Road to Glory. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys soon with a new episode.